I'm the Hood Trucker, and this is the Hood Trucker News. We got some news for you, baby. We got some news for you. Look, as you can see, we got Katt Williams and the uh, host of Club Shay Shay, which we're gonna get to all of this. I got a ton of stuff to say about all this. The host of Club Shay Shay, Shannon Sharp himself. Let's hear a round of applause. um, I've done plenty of videos about Shannon Sharp, and if you've seen any of those videos, I appreciate you go check them out. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe this live. Also, become a member. We have a member section. You get exclusive content. Don't forget to do that, um, and support the channel. So, getting right, getting right back to it. I've done a few videos about Shannon Sharp. I'm not really a fan. I mean, I'm not really a fan because uh break it down for shows. The realist, y'all in the building. I see you. Yeah, I'm not really a fan of Shannon Sharp. Let me tell you why. But first of all, I'm not a I'm not a Giants fan either. I just happen to do the cup. So if you see that, I'm not a Giants fan. Actually a Minnesota Viking fan. Yeah, but they suck. um, First and foremost, I'm not a fan of Shannon Sharp because of the way he conducted himself on Undisputed with what's that guy's name? The white dude, the old white man. What's that dude? I forgot the dude's name. But anyway, I'm not a fan because of that. I mean, you're gonna let him disrespect you on a daily, if not weekly basis. Like I don't think that there was a week that went by that at some point, um, what is that dude's name? Let me look it up real quick. If y'all know who I'm talking about, the white dude on Undisputed, um, Skip Bayless. I'm sorry, Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless disrespected the dog stuff out of Shannon Sharp on a daily basis, or actually a weekly basis, but probably there's multiple shows during the week where he got disrespected. I didn't respect him for that. Like, stand up for yourself, because if you go and you watch Undisputed today, and Richard Sherman is on there, I did a video about that. How Richard Sherman conducts himself in a way that's the exact opposite of the way that Shannon Sharp conducts himself over there. Skip Bayless said something, started to raise his voice. Richard Sherman stepped in and said, "Hey, uh, uh, fix your tone, lower your voice. Why are you yelling? Don't you know what I'm saying? You got to fix your tone." So I'm saying he checked him immediately. Shannon Sharp didn't do that. Matter of fact, Shannon Sharp was over there. He was so disturbed, or he was so riled up at one point. Um, he had like his voice got squeaky because Skip Bayless told him. He said, I'm a I'm in the effing Hall of Fame." And Skip Bayless said, "Who cares?" Which is true. Like, what does your Hall of Fame have to do with anything? Like, this dude has never even played football. He commenting on sports stuff. And okay, you're in the Hall of Fame, but that doesn't necessarily give you any type of leg up on Skip Bayless, because he hasn't done anything. And matter of fact, he gonna tell you he don't care. You don't care nothing about your Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? You don't care nothing about that. So I haven't liked Shannon Sharp for a while. And if you look at the picture behind me, the dude looks weird. He's just a weirdo. Like I don't know if y'all seen it, but there's a video circulating with him in the airport with a poodle, and somebody goes up to him to um take his picture or something, or film him, so, at some point. And instead of saying like anything other than like he responded like an old lady would respond, or like a woman would respond. Like he's carrying the poodle, and they come up to him, and he responds with, "Really, really, really." Shannon Sharp is a weirdo. Okay, so I say that because I heard Shannon Sharp addressing the haters. Now, he brought up the Hall of Fame deal, right? So, in my personal opinion, Shannon Sharp has a self-esteem problem or like a insecurity problem. He bring in the course of a argument, right? He brought up the fact that he was in the Hall of Fame. Like that gives you some kind of credence to say or do whatever, right? And Skip Bayless immediately shot that down. And then he started with the squeaky voice. I mean, he just completely lost it. And then he came back and I guess he skipped a day or something but he just conducted himself like in a weenie type of fashion. We're just gonna call it that, right? So he got on. Now he interviewed Katt Williams, as you can see behind me, right? He interviewed Katt Williams. He got on there and was trying to address the haters. Now, let me just say this: if at the time that he was addressing the haters, he had said that he had 27 million views at that point, and I don't know when he did the response to the haters, but he had 27 million views. I'm gonna tell you something. If I got 27 million views, I'm not responding to nothing. I'm gonna let the views speak for itself. I got 27 million. Why do I care if you hate? It got 27 million. He was addressing. Well, some of the people said that you should have cut Katt Williams off. If he's exposing people and this is your interview, or he also said he doesn't know if you want to call it an interview. He doesn't even know what to call it. Like he said, he doesn't really want to call it an interview. He's more like a conversationalist. But I'm gonna tell you like this: if you're gonna call it an interview or conversation or whatever you're gonna call it, it was trash on his behalf. It wasn't trash as a whole because Katt Williams is exposing. Um, Katt Williams is exposing. Let's see. Katt was exposing the industry. So if Katt Williams comes on the Hood Trucker News Show, we're gonna get 27 million too. But I'm gonna tell you like this: I'm gonna interview Katt Williams better than Shannon Sharp did. And by the way, the name of his channel, if you want to watch the whole video, it's like 2 hours long. It's Club Shay Shay. I mean, this dude is endless material because listen, I was married a few times, right? My first wife name was Shay. You know what they called her? They called her Shay Shay. So I mean, just the mere fact that you would like name your channel or call yourself or tell anybody to call you Shay Shay, that's a little weird. That's a little weird to me. But look at it. Look at this. Look how he's looking into the. And this is the picture that they put out. This was their promotion. I don't know if this is their thumbnail or some type of promotional picture. They put this picture out looking like that. I mean, it's ridiculous. So he's addressing the haters. Now, I don't know who's referring to, but he said there's one particular dude who's has less than you and all that. So who knows who this person he's talking to? I mean, some people have suggested he could be talking about Vlad, but Vlad's got a couple million. I don't know how many subscribers that Shannon Sharp had or has. He said something about his Instagram blew up. I think he said he had 500,000 new subscribers. Yeah. I mean, okay. Like, but here's the thing. Again, if you look at the interview from an interview standpoint, he's trash. Like again, If Cat Williams comes on the Hood Trucker News Show, with we have what 6,000, 6,100 subscribers, we getting 27 million too. I'd be willing to bet that we get 27 million too. And counting, because he's counting too, because of what Cat Williams said. It had nothing to do with his interview, and matter of fact, he was kind of rubbing Cat Williams the wrong way at certain times. Anytime you refer, sir, sir, get it together, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he kind of mildly snapped at Shay Shay. He mildly snapped at him. So Shannon Sharp is not like, if he's touting the numbers, okay, you got the numbers. Nobody can dispute that. But if you're saying by any stretch of the imagination that it had anything to do with you other than being the vehicle to which Cat Williams is speaking, or the venue or the platform, that's all your participation was, right? Because your interview was trash. Like, there was not like, you're not going to do a master class with Shay Shay about how to interview. It was not that, right? If, like, Joe Rogan at times has done some pretty good interviews. I didn't really. One person that kind of doesn't get his just due for interviews is Howard Stern. I've listened to Howard Stern. I mean, not too much anymore, but back in the day, he's done some really good interviews. But he's been doing it a while, right? Shannon Sharp, okay, he hasn't been doing it that long, but at the same time, I don't know why you're trying to address anything. You're trash as when it comes to an interview or conversationalist or whatever. You're trash. So I don't even know why you would even address a hater. Like, get better. Like, you know what I'm saying? They said, look, the fact that you would even respond says a lot about him anyway, because why are you even responding to haters? You got 27 million views. Why are you even responding? So all of those things, like, you look at his stint on Undisputed, and he got basically embarrassed over there by Skip Bayless. You look at that. You look at the fact that how he responded to when he had the poodle in the thing, and the way he responds. He calls himself Shay Shay, and then um, you got him responding to a video that he posted. It had 27 million views. Why are you responding? So, that kind of lends itself to the idea that he's got some type of insecurity issues or something. Like, he strikes me as that, like, just the whole thing, right? So, now let's move on to Cat Williams. Cat Williams was letting people have it. ah If you, I'm sure if you're watching this, I'm sure you've watched the Club Shay Shay interview with Cat Williams. If you haven't, go look at it, right? And when you look at it after you watch this live, if you haven't seen it already, and then look at it from that lens of what I'm about to tell you, right? So, Club Shay Shay, Shannon Sharp, could have let Cat Williams just do all the talking, and it would have did the same numbers. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's nothing profound that Shannon Sharp brought to the table. There's nothing. He didn't bring anything to the table other than the platform. And then let Cat Williams go. He gonna bring the views. Excuse me. He's gonna bring the views, right? So, okay, let's look at who he talked about. Who did Cat Williams talk about? He talked about Steve Harvey. We knew he was going to say something about him. Steve Harvey, when they had their little beef, right? I seen the whole lead up to the thing and all of that. He kind of said the quiet part out loud during that time, and he said, if I knew if I knew that he was going to do this, we could have done this together. He could have let me know, and we could have did this and did that, and did a whole thing. You let everybody know you're phony, All right. So I'm not a fan of Steve Harvey because I think he's a hypocrite. You're gonna put this book out about relationships, and your relationships are falling apart. He talked about who's another one? Ari Spears. Now, I think that Steve Harvey responded. I think he responded. Hold on. Yeah. I'm on a intermittent fasting thing and I'm drinking coffee and all so you got all kinds of stuff going on. Anyway, hold on. So Steve Harvey responded, or I believe he responded. Maybe he didn't, but I know Ari Spears responded. Ari Spears, if you go check out his response, you look actually absolutely ridiculous. Listen. He's one of the first people that came to mind. He shouldn't even be responding. There's so much going on with Ari Spears. I'm gonna tell you like this. All right. Ari Spears, I know I used to live in the San Fernando Valley. In the San Fernando Valley is where they shoot porn. Okay. In case you didn't know that. I mean, it's the porn capital of the world. Okay. Ari Spears lives in that area. And although I have never met him in person or personally, we I want to say travel in the same circles, but we know some of the same people. Okay. And some of the people that he know are porn stars. Okay. I know through mutual through mutual relationship that one of the porn stars called him a trick. And if you look at the porn stars that came out in right around the 2000s up until the 2010s, and a little bit beyond, Ari Spears has done some transactions between the porn stars. Again, somebody called him a trick. So you got that, right? So I don't respect you for that. Also, he got punched on the Corey Holcomb show, right? And subsequently after that, Ari Spears went and there's no cussing here, but he beat up, you know what B stands for, and called basically dial 911, as we call it in the hood. Like if you screaming loud or you calling attention to yourself based upon somebody punched you in the face. Right. And secondly, to go along with that, so you did that, but then you was talking crazy to the dude to punch you in the face, and like, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. And then when he started putting hands on you, didn't do nothing. You did like this. So listen, if you're gonna run your mouth in front of the dude, I mean, he was putting hands on. I don't like if I'm, especially if I'm upset, don't touch me, dude. Don't touch me. He was touching the dude and all that. Listen, that tells me you're not used to combat, like hand to hand combat. You're not used to that type because you don't do that. You don't. When you in the heat of an argument like that, you don't be putting your hands on nobody, man. You out of your mind. Put your hand, man. Get in the heat of the argument and just tap somebody and see what happens. That's with that action. You don't do that, and that's exactly what he was doing. So you got that. And then, you got the Ludacris. He responded with a rap, which I think is a little lame. Okay, you're a rapper, right? But he's talking about you and whatever, but you don't spawn with a rap. Look, Ice Cube came out and responded. Like, again, Katt Williams exposed the entertainment industry and got everybody shook. If you out here responding, you feel a need to respond. I don't know why Ice Cube responded other than, maybe to clarify some things or whatever. Or, look, I mean, people got all kinds of different reasons why they do whatever, right? I don't know why Ice Cube would do that. I don't feel like he needed to. But look, he responded and he basically really didn't say anything. He was just rambling on about a bunch of stuff. I didn't even watch the whole response or anything. I mean, because you get to rambling on and I don't it just ramble. So Ricky Smiley responds. I didn't even bother even to see what his response was because he's corny and Cat's right. He's been, portraying the same old lady since forever. Cedric the Entertainer, I was not a fan of his. I mean, it's just something about these people, right? I'm not a fan of Cedric the Entertainer. And when Cat Williams came out and said he stole the joke, to me, it wasn't really all that funny anyway, right? I mean, he's got a couple TV shows, but then look, um, Cat Williams said, like, look, I mean, yeah, not Epstein, but the other guy, I can't think of his name, but he said he offered to what's the initials? SMD, whatever, in front of everybody, and he refused. And then he was there was some other black people on that same movie, and he was trying to figure out what you didn't did to get on here. So listen, does it happen? Yeah, I mean, Cat Williams actually had a stand-up where he talked about that dude. I forgot the name of the show, but he said he opened the door or something, and he said, "Hey, is that Professor Ogilvy?" So look, I had an ex-friend of mine who used to do promotions in the music industry, and he had some stories about Cash Money Click. He had a couple of stories, and a couple, some of them other, rap groups starting around that time, right? And this is right around the 2005, between 2005 and 10, something like that. 2000s to 2010, something like that. He was in that industry, and there's a lot of stuff, crazy stuff that goes on. Like like we talked about, like you would think that if Ari Spears, he was on Mad TV, well, you would have problem finding him. So, but why are you paying? Why is you tricking then, right? I mean, look, you have to be a special type of person to trick anyway. Like, look, like they got, Atlanta is like the strip club capital of the world. I don't understand that at all. I'm not. Look, I used to watch Housewives, Real Housewives of Atlanta, and they had what's that dude Apollo on there, and said that he spent $100,000 in the strip club. That's ridiculous. I'm not spending no $100,000 in no damn strip club. I'm sorry. For what? You're just throwing your money. You might as well just throw it out the window. And listen, your wife is a lawyer and all that, and you going to that's embarrassing to me. I mean, that's embarrassing. Like, to admit that. I mean, okay, you go to the strip club, you smoke crack, you sip lean. I mean, if you spend $100,000 on something that don't do nothing, I mean, what are you doing? I mean, that's ridiculous. So, um, it's just crazy. Like, and people jump on the bandwagon. Don't see none of the like not like rappers. Like, a lot of these rappers have made it cool to be a drug addict. Like, when did being a drug addict be cool? Like, I listen to a lot of stuff from let's see, I was sibling. What's going on, DJ? Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Like, when did it be cool to become a drug addict? Like, like this Snoop and them smoke weed, right? But weed is expensive now. Like, it used to be like you can get, like, like in the hippie days and all that. You can get like what is it, 2 finger, 3 finger dime or whatever it was. Like, it was a whole bunch of weed in there. Now they selling 20s like crack. I said for a long time that, like, smoking weed is a new crack, because if you smoke weed on a regular basis and then you don't have it, you're gonna have an attitude. And I don't know if it's withdrawals or not, but you're gonna definitely have an attitude. I done been in a relationship with women that smoke weed on a regular basis, and they don't have it, and then they're going crazy. Like, I gotta go. I don't smoke weed right like that, right? So, I sip on drink, but I don't smoke weed like that. DJ, I thought it was an odd change in the music too. It's like, it's cool to be messed up to the point where you needed it daily. Absolutely. And then that lean, oh my God, that's stupid expensive. Like, you might as well smoke crack for real. because you just as hooked on it. Like you hear some of them dudes that tell them stories about how they try to get off lean and they throwing up and got diarrhea and all that kind of stuff. It's crazy, right? But Cat Williams is exposing some of these dudes that's in there. Another one is Kevin Hart. Listen, this dude said, "I'll never wear a dress," and then on Saturday Night Live, he wearing a dress. I respect you if you can stand your ground, but a lot of times people put money over principle. Terry Crews is another one. Like he said, yeah, Terry Crews got approached. We're gonna use the mild word. He got approached, but Cat Williams, and I believe he even admitted that it was at a party. What are you doing at the party? What are you doing at these functions? Just like TD Jakes the other day, we talked about. What you doing at the party? What are you doing there? You shouldn't be there. If you could talk to him on the phone. If you need to advise him, you can do it through Zoom. You don't have to go to the party. Or you could tell him come to the church. Or if you do go out there, why are you at the party? You could go meet somewhere. You can have lunch. You think Farrakhan gonna go to that party? No. You think people say whatever they say about Farrakhan, he didn't been known to match people and put people together and whatever else. I guarantee he ain't going to the Diddy party. He ain't finna be like that. Look, it's PR. You can't be a minister and command respect from anybody and be at a Diddy party, because everybody, listen, it's an industry deal. Everybody knows what goes on at the Diddy parties, and you can deny it all you want to. But there are videos where who was that he was talking to? Was it Cassidy or one of them dudes, one of his old artists or something? He was calling him daddy and all of that, and he was getting weird, and looked like he was a little tipsy. But listen, when you get a little tipsy, your inhibitions go away, and then whereas you wouldn't be as flamboyant in talking to one of your old rappers or whatever, you might be more inclined after you had a few drinks to be more flamboyant and call somebody daddy, another man daddy. And then, listen, if you've seen that video, I think it's Cassidy, he's visibly uncomfortable, visibly uncomfortable. So, look, so you got, where we leave off? We left with Kevin Hart. Who else did he talk about? He talked about a lot of people. People stealing his jokes. He said that I believe it was Cedric the Entertainer that stole his joke. And look, comedians steal jokes. They said a big thing about Robin Williams stealing jokes. It's a bit, they interviewed the father from Fridays, Witherspoon. I forget his first name. And he said, yeah, it was a well-known thing that Robin Williams over there stealing jokes. So, and they had that dude Carlos Mencia, the one that Joe Rogan confronted. He was stealing jokes. So stealing jokes is a thing. Listen, if you can make money on somebody else's joke, and these guys are coming up and they're not well known, so if you bring it to the world in a bigger stage, you might be inclined to claim that as yours. Whereas, the real people that's in the trenches and the smaller comedy clubs and all that, they know what's going on. And then, look, if you tell a joke and then next thing you know, some famous comedian is telling you a joke, what really can you do if you're a small time dude? Now, Cat Williams can expose you. And he was on a platform. He got 27 million views. I could see why Cedric the Entertainer would want to respond, because that's a hit to the reputation. He also said he doesn't write. He said Cedric the Entertainer doesn't write. So I remember Carlos Mencia joke stealing. Yes, yep. He said that Cedric the Entertainer doesn't write. Well, if you don't write, what are you doing? They say that Kevin Hart doesn't write either. He's got a team of writers. So that's why I believe it was Ari Spears that said he doesn't are you really a comedian? Because if there was a big thing about Drake, that he wasn't writing or something like that. So that's a dig. Like that's like a mark against your reputation. So if these guys are responding. I mean, you feel a need to respond. I just don't understand why Mr. Uncle Shay Shay was responding after he got 27 million views. I mean, unless you know that your interview skills suck, and look, I think he's fairly new to YouTube, and sometimes you can let the comments get to you if you in some way, shape, or form insecure, right? If you insecure, I mean, you're gonna respond. Um, in that fact, I mean, 20. I mean, in counting, like he was talking about, we the third most watched video in YouTube history, or something like that. I mean, if that's the case, why you respond to negative comments? You should expect that, because it broke the internet, it broke YouTube, whatever it did. So you should expect that people are going to jump on the bandwagon in a positive way, and people are going to jump on the bandwagon in a negative way. If you go through the comments, right, a lot of people, rolling on and on and on with positive comments. And there's nothing. Look, he did 27 million. I mean, you can't take that from the man. But again, if Katt Williams was to come on the Hood Trucker News, and I challenge Katt Williams to find out, see how good his reach is, and see how good he is. You come on our show with 6,000 subscribers, and you come on and say the same thing or something similar, and you break that internet. What does that say about Mr. Shay Shay interviewing skills? I guarantee you, I'm gonna be better. I guarantee you, I'm gonna be better than Shay Shay, just because he's weird. And he doesn't really know what he's doing. Like, at times I think he might have had some notes, and he was just looking at the notes, because I didn't see I didn't see anything spectacular. And plus he was like, sir, he kind of clowned him on a couple of occasions. So yeah, I didn't get let's see, I haven't seen a video grab those many views so quickly since Soldier Boy was hopping around saying you. I mean, he did, but be honest though. Do you think it had anything to do with Uncle Shay Shay? Because look, I mean, if it has something to do with him, he would have something close to that. It was the fact that it was Katt Williams, and it was the fact that Katt Williams is controversial. Ari Spears says black people like drama. Who don't like drama? Like, I mean, why do you watch soap operas? That's drama. Why do you watch reality TV? That's drama. I mean, people want to be entertained. What do you want to lecture? You want to lecture? And you want people to tune into a lecture? Don't nobody care about that stuff. People want to know who's gay, who's having sex with who, who's stealing jokes, all of that. I mean, nobody care about all that other stuff. People got problems, their own problems, right? And if you can expose somebody famous, people gonna watch that, man. I mean, that's obvious. Like, I don't even know why that's even up for discussion. Like, Ari Spears talking about, black people like drama. Everybody like drama. I mean, you got rapper beef, and you got all kind of stuff, and everybody tunes into that. I mean, look, people, uh, um, um, people look watch grudge matches and all these different fighting things and all of that stuff. I mean, come on, man, it's entertainment. See, he kind of stood back and let him go, which was fine by me. I said, it'll get you what you wanted, views, especially knowing Katt will just go off and not care. Absolutely. So I don't know. So is he reality TV will probably do the drum? Absolutely. So I don't know, but that's why I don't understand why he's even addressing the haters. Like, I guess somebody said, or some people were saying, that he should have cut Katt off. No, absolutely not. What are you talking about, cut him off? Let him go. Let him say whatever the hell he want to say. They had some parameters. They didn't cuss, which is good, because it's going to get to more people. I understand that. I got no cussing on my platform now, right? So I understand that, but I don't understand why you addressing all of the the hater comments about your interview. It wasn't an interview. He's not an interviewer. He's a sports. I mean, his element is in sports commentating. Now, and he. I just got so much to say. I seen him today on a video commenting about Jameis. What's his last name? Williams? Was it Williamson? No, Jameis. I forgot his last name, but he's the quarterback of the who they play, the Saints, right? Quarterback of the Saints. Yes, they got into a it was the end of the game, and it had like a minute and something left. They got into what's called a victory formation, and it's what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to kneel if you're in that formation, but there's no rule that says that you line up like because they got fake punts, they got fake field goals, they got fake everything. Why not have a fake victory formation? He got all bent out of shape at Jameis Winston. Winston's last name. He got all bent out of shape and said that his coach called the victory formation. Who are you as a backup to change the play or whatever the formation or whatever, and run a actual play and give it to the running back so he could score a touchdown that he hadn't scored all year? Jameis Winston was trying to get his running back to at least score one touchdown. Is it a gimme? I mean, does it really make any difference if you score one touchdown as opposed to none? Unless it was in his contract, score at least one touchdown before you get a bonus. I don't know why you would do that. It don't really make a difference. I mean, it was a gimme. It's not like you broke away and it was on the 1 yard line or 2 yard line. I mean, come on. That's a come on. It's not even, I mean, I don't even understand the purpose. But if that's the case, I don't think that it garnered the reaction that Uncle Shay Shay gave. And he said that the reason why Jameis Winston hasn't won anything is because of that attitude. Now, listen, there are plenty of quarterbacks that are pretty good that hasn't won anything. Dan Marino being one of them. Is like, are you saying that Dan Marino didn't win because he had some type of character flaw? He had some type of a loser mentality or something? I don't think you would say that about him, but he never won nothing. There are a bunch like like our quarterback that tore his Achilles tendon, Kirk Cousins. Would you say that he has the reason why he hasn't won anything because he has a loser's mentality? I mean, listen, there are dudes that are on Super Bowl winning teams and championship NBA teams and all that had really nothing to do with any of that. Like they had no control, whatever. So you can't. And he's played, which is why I don't understand why he would say that, or he just. But listen, when you're estrogenic, you would tend to call yourself Shay Shay. And you would also tend to be really emotional about things. Like you would raise your voice in a squeaky way. You would walk around the airport with a poodle. You would do these things. You would let somebody disrespect you for just haphazardly disrespect you when you didn't have to, because we see that after Mr. Shay Shay left undisputed, that Richard Sherman absolutely checked Skip Bayless. So it is possible. And Richard Sherman showed that it was possible. But here's the difference. Richard Sherman is a defensive player. Mr. Shay Shay is an offensive player. And look, I played defense, right? And there's two types of people that defensive players don't like. We don't like basketball players, and we don't like offensive players. Other than that, everybody's cool. And like, look, I mean, the only reason why I say, basketball players is because it's a non-contact sport, just like golf, just like tennis, just like badminton or whatever else, swimming, it's non-contact, right? But some of the basketball dudes, they want to try to say um that if if you come to the hole, in the paint, whatever, I'm going to knock your block off or whatever. It's a foul. You are bragging about committing a foul. I mean, I don't respect that. Like, how are you going to brag about doing something in a game that's not allowed? That's like remember when I don't know if you remember, but if you paid attention to Deion Sanders and the Colorado Buffaloes, one of their star players was running a route. They threw the ball, they overthrew him, and one of the opposing players came and gave him an elbow to the midsection and lacerated his liver or something like that. Cheap shot. Are you going to brag about that? Like, he didn't like apologize or try to help him up or anything like that. So so gives you the impression it was intentional, but and on purpose. And it wasn't until he got death threats that he wanted to be apologetic. Now, the guy's name is Travis Hunter that received the hit, and I don't remember the other guy's name, but Travis Hunter, he's also he's got a big NIL deal. He's got YouTube stuff going on and all that other stuff like that. So he's getting some good professional advice because he invited the dude on. I probably would have never done that, but he invited the dude on. Really classy move, and hashed it out and let everybody know, like, look, don't be doing the death threats to him, which I agree with. You shouldn't be doing no death threats, but you also shouldn't be hitting people, giving people dirty shots like they brag about in basketball. So that's why I don't. Okay, like if you're a shooter and all of that, and you don't do none of that, see, that's different. Don't like try to brag about being tough in a non-contact sport. That's why I don't like, and people do it all the time. That's why I don't really like basketball type mentality, because you're bragging about something that's not allowed in the game. So you go, Naifa. Hey, Naifa, glad you can stop by. Peace and many blessings to you as well. Um, yeah, so I don't respect that. So um, you know, I don't know why um Mr. Shay Shay would respond to these people, or say that, and just say that Jameis Winston is a loser because he wanted to give his dude a touchdown or whatever. It's, but on that episode where he talked about, he has another channel called Nightcap, and on Nightcap he went and was discussing it with Ocho Cinco, right? And Ocho Cinco was even like, dude, like, both of them played in the NFL. Both of them played offense. And Mr. Shay Shay, he was really adamant about Jameis Winston being a loser because he changed the play. And Ocho Cinco didn't agree. But they, a lot of times they don't agree on everything, just like they didn't agree on everything about the Lee. What was his name? The food guy. I forget his name. I know his last name is Lee, but they didn't agree on that because in that case, I agreed with Uncle Shay Shay, and I didn't agree with Ocho Cinco, because Ocho Cinco said that he shouldn't be out here bashing black businesses and all that. I think you should be honest. Like, I don't care if you're black or you're not black. You should be honest with people. If you're gonna come out here and claim to be some type of food critic or whatever, you got to be honest, or else nobody's gonna believe what you say. And that's what he did. I forget that dude's name though. Something Lee. How many shows this man on? How many shows this man on? He on a few. I think he competing with uh, what's the dude? What's the dude with the gap in his teeth? I can't think for nothing. It must be the intermittent fasting I'm doing right now, because I can't remember. I can't remember. What is his name with the gap in his teeth? He's on the morning show. He's on the NFL Network or whatever else he's on. But he's competing with him. He's got a bunch of shows. And look, you can't. You got to respect the hustle. I respect the hustle. I mean, I don't respect the interview skills. And I think that he gets a little emotional about certain things. So I can stomach a little bit, especially when it's a Cat Williams and you have absolutely almost nothing to do with the reason why you get so many views. It had nothing to do with Uncle Shay Shay. Absolutely nothing at all. Had nothing to do with it. He's trash. The only thing it had to do with him is he booked him on the show, and he had a platform to him to voice his expose. That's it. Because his interview was trash, and again, I think he kind of upset Cat Williams on occasion because he kind of snapped back like, "Sir." Anytime you roar, you puff up and say, "Sir," you're probably not happy, sir. So look, I respect Cat Williams. Cat Williams going to tell you the truth. Because why is he able to tell the truth? Because he's mostly independent. Like he said, he went. He this is his 19th 100 city tour. And he's also said about Michael Strahan. There you go. Michael, I couldn't think of that dude's name for nothing. Thank you, Derek. Appreciate it. Uh I lost my train of thought now. Shit. Oh, and I must run on the cusp. But anyway. Yeah, I don't understand. So um Shannon Sharp basically had nothing to do with it. But here we go. I had to regain my train of thought. Cat Williams is independent, and he can say that. So he can call out certain parts of the industry because he's not beholden to them, like a Kevin Hart is, or like all these other Steve Harveys and all of that stuff. If you say something out of line, you say something out of line, and you're one of those people like a Kevin Hart or Steve Harvey and all that, they can yank you, and then your career's done. Right? They can't really do Cat Williams like that. That's why they have to try to embarrass him. They have to call him crazy. Same thing with Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle wouldn't turn down $50 million, and he wouldn't say though. That's why I respect Cat Williams because number one, I mean, even if what he says is not 100% true, because I absolutely do not believe that Cat Williams is what he say 92-6 in basketball games. I don't believe that at all. Not at all. So, I mean, even if it's not 100% true, he's got these dudes shook. They shook, and it's obvious they shook because you responded. If you responded, it's got to be some type of element of truth in there somewhere. Unless unless um, I don't even know what other reason it would be to respond other than you need to, to set the record straight or whatever. But I don't. But I think that if he's a threat, you respond. If he's not a threat, you don't respond. If he's crazy, why are you responding? Because I mean, if 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 he's crazy, is he really a threat or he's just crazy? Cat Williams, he's crazy. Don't even worry about him. They try to push that narrative, but these people are responding. He talked about Oprah Winfrey, and Taraji Henson going at each other right now. He talked about Tyler Perry. He stay in a dress. His claim to fame is a dress. So he talked about how which I didn't hear the whole response, but Ice Cube should have addressed this. And Cat Williams said that when he shot the Friday movie, they had to take out the part where it was the that word start we can't say it. That word starts with R, and the last two letters are PE. We gonna say it like that. They had to take that out. Why is Ice Cube involved with a movie where there's a R word scene in there, and it's basically going out to a largely black audience? Like, why would you do that? That makes no sense. And to me, that's not funny. I mean, how you gonna play a gay character? I mean, listen, if you come out of the penitentiary and you are in a scene where the dude that you're in the scene with is saying, "I'm a boy, Damon," so you can kind of decipher why he's telling you that he's a boy. Why you would play that? I mean, I would never play. I don't care what you was offering me. I'm not playing no role like that. But Terry Crews did, and Terry Crews, he strikes me as somebody that would do that. Be behind the scenes and whatever for for the bag. Listen, he played in White Chicks as a dude that I don't know. I mean, they got the right dude. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know why you would be pursuing these. I mean, they look like dudes. Like the characters in White Chicks, they look like dudes. And it was it was the two Wayans brothers, they in a dress too. It was the two Wayans brothers, and they dressed up and they still look like dudes. And then this dude was head over heels for two dudes that look like dudes. And he played a character. So they got the right dude. And guess what? If you playing those type of characters and you go to the parties, I mean, what are you saying? Like, are you saying you have any type of principles because you playing a role, and then in real life you go to the party where they do those type of things? Like, how can you like uh how can you claim to, like, I can't believe they would do that to me. You played the role and then you go to the party. Like, how can you claim you did, like, you were like you don't know what happened, or you don't know why it would happen, or I was wrong, or whatever. I mean, you put yourself in that position. So I mean, I just don't get it. Like, but look again, Cat Williams got him shook, and Mr. Shay Shay, Uncle Shay Shay, put him on his platform, and then had some type of uh insecurities to feel like he needs to respond to everything, like all the negative comments. Because listen, if you're gonna be honest, excuse me, Uncle Shay had nothing to do with that. And we said it, we're gonna say it again. He had nothing to do with that. That's why he responded. You respond out of insecurity, right? I don't know why Ice Cube. I don't know why Ice Cube responded, because he really didn't even need to. Yet he responded. I mean, there could be multiple different reasons, but I would like him to respond to why you have that scene in there, and Cat Williams told you that there's no way he's going to do this role unless you take it out. Why was it even in there? That's what I want to know. Why is Ice Cube, why is that scene even in there to begin with, to even be taken out? I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, could it be that the powers that be who was funding the movie told him, unless you do this or that, we're not going to give you no funding? Could that be the case? It could be. It could be the case. I mean, we don't know. I don't think that he addressed it though. I mean, he did talk about it, and he did say that a large percentage of what he said was true. He said, but there are some stuff he need to clarify, but he didn't touch on that though. Why that scene was in there, and then Cat Williams told him he ain't even do this unless you take it out. Why it was even in there in the first place? I have no idea. See, now here's the thing: if um if Uncle Shay was a real interviewer, he would have followed up with a question like, "Are you saying that Ice Cube had a scene like that in his movie, and it wasn't until you demanded that he take it out that he took it out? Why would he do that?" Now that's an interviewer. That's a question that I would ask. That's a question that I would reach out to Ice Cube and ask. Like, why is this true? Can you come on the show and explain yourself? Let's just talk about this. Forget all this other stuff. Let's talk about that. Why you had that scene in there? Why that scene was in there and Cat Williams told you to take it out? That's what we want to know. Ask that question. So but he not going to listen. Uncle Shay Shay is a tiptoe artist himself. He was listen, we seen him tiptoe on a daily and weekly basis with um, Skip Bayless. Because here comes Richard Sherman. He don't tiptoe. He told Skip Bayless, lower your voice on his own show. So Uncle Shay Shay could have did that, but Uncle Shay Shay did not do that. Uncle Shay Shay is a tiptoeer. He do what he's allowed to do. He got that the podcast and the Club Shay Shay stuff. He's a tiptoeer. Yeah. Yeah. DJ said, yeah, he's a pro at tiptoeing. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, look, he trying to be accepted. He looked like the dude that was always the outcast, always the not the in dude, right? Until he found out that he could play football. And then, he got some notoriety for that. But, in college, he was a goofy dude, probably never, hollered at girls very much or whatever. Didn't have any, he didn't know how to act around women or something like that. Like, he strikes that type of dude. I mean, look at him. He look weird. The dude look weird. A lot of times you look weird, you are weird. And he looked weird. Especially like he get real emotional and all that stuff. I mean, look, he take a lot of stuff personal and all. He's got some type of self-esteem and insecurity issues because of the way, he responds to a lot of stuff. So but again, Katt Williams exposed him. Right, and it ain't the first time. They also talked about the lady that he roasted on the radio. They say DJ say facts cool because of his talent bit because of his personality. Oh yeah. I mean, he knows a lot of stuff about the NFL too. Like that's why I say he's an awesome. Sorry, but no time. I mean, in terms of being a football analyst, he's awesome. He brings stuff to the table, especially from an offensive perspective. He knows a little bit about defense because he had to study defenses, but from an offensive perspective, as a football analyst, he's awesome. But not a you don't call yourself an interviewer because you suck. So therefore, you call yourself a conversationalist, but the conversation even sucked because I mean, look, he didn't ask any poignant questions. He didn't ask any good follow up questions. He didn't really get into any uh, controversial concepts or issues in depth, other than what Katt Williams had to say, because he probably felt he might have felt a little intimidated by Katt Williams. Katt Williams was on when he was on that yak and he was letting it go. And I feel like Uncle Shay Shay was probably like, well, I gotta keep it cool. I can't really talk too much or whatever the case because he might roast me. Because listen, everybody has seen the video where he roasted that woman on the radio. Listen, you don't think if Uncle Shay Shay got any type of self-esteem or insecurity issues, you don't think he was gonna have some insecurities about his interviewing prowess? And then and if that's the case, he's gonna be tiptoeing and on eggshells and stuff around Katt Williams because he didn't really have to do nothing. But don't say that it's somehow you touting or celebrating. Yeah, I mean you got the views, but it had nothing to do with you. So I don't know. This is a Katt Williams classic. I mean, it's gonna take, I don't know what else to top this, because according to Uncle Shay Shay, the only two that topped it so far was Elon Musk and the dude that revealed that the U.S. knows about UFOs. I don't know where it is now. It was 27 million at the time that he said it was 27 million, which is a couple of days, right? Who knows where it is now? Everybody has pretty much probably seen it by now and watched it multiple times. So it's a 2-hour thing. He get stupid paid off of that. It's 2 hours. And you got 27 million so far, and you got in counting, and he getting stupid paid off of that. And then you're getting more subscribers, you're getting all of that. So I mean, it's a win. But listen, you're not an interviewer, and the conversation was trash. Funny part about it is that Cat went off on everyone and went back about his life, but everyone else is in a fuss. Yeah, he told you, like, I'm inclined to believe somebody who's mostly independent, which that's pretty much what he said, and that's pretty much what a lot of his comics have said. That it's pretty much self-funded. And I think I think one of his first tours or something, he put up all his money, and that was that. And he was on the road and getting it and all that. So um you got DC Curry came out and said he pretty much right. And then he said Bernie Mac's daughter came out and said he was pretty much telling the truth. And I get it. Like, Bernie Mac seemed like a real dude, right? Bernie Mac seemed like a real dude. Now, apparently, him and Steve Harvey didn't get along. Steve Harvey's a fake dude. So real and fake don't mix like oil and water. Like I don't know. Look, I'm not gonna hang around no fake dude because I'm a real one. Just like fake dudes don't like to hang around real ones either because they expose the fact that they fake. See, DJ said no strings attached, so he could say what he exactly, and that's exactly why they doing it. And like he said, the number one job of somebody that is sold, I wouldn't say they sold, but they sold their principles out to the industry, is to act like it never happened. That's why, and look, if Cat Williams is saying that about the industry, you don't think that the people that he's talking about and associating the industry with in that manner don't have the people that's funding them in their ear talking about, yeah, go get him, go attack him, they have to do that, or else they water gonna get cut off, right? That's how I go. And again, that's why Cat Williams doing what he do and saying what he say, and a lot of these other dudes don't, and so much so that they not even don't say it, but they have to come out and defend it and say that he's somehow crazy and he's somehow this or that, even though Ari Spears ain't had no special. He's out here whining and crying. All these dudes out here whining and crying because they didn't got exposed by the independent dude. So yeah, Cat Williams got the internet shook. Got these comedians shook. Got a whole lot of people shook. Got him out here responding. Got him on roller skates, backpedaling, front pedaling, all kinds of stuff. Let's see, Ari Spears been a joke for a minute. Yeah, like you gonna say I'm gonna do this and talk and put your hands on somebody and then get boo-bopped and then call the police. I mean, that's something a trick would do, right? I mean, it's a trick. Like, that's something a trick could do, right? You call the police, you get boo-bopped, you call the police, right? So that's how I go. So look, again, we're gonna get out of here, right? Like, subscribe, share the live. We have memberships. We have behind the scene footage. You got behind the scene access, all that stuff. I believe it's like $2.99 or $3.99, something like that. But appreciate it if you support the channel, become a member, all that. We got merch on the web on the channel now. Took us forever, but we got it. We're gonna come up with some more designs and some more merch stuff and all that. So appreciate you stopping by. Enjoyed the conversation. Nobody came here, joined the conversation. That's fine. But we just now getting back, and we getting into the groove. We had some hiccups the last live, and now I think we kind of got it straight. Naifa says no something, please, thank you. I don't know what that means, but we're gonna holler. I don't know what this means. I don't know what that means. No cussing, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Well, yeah. Thank you, Naif, and thanks everybody for coming out. Appreciate you. And until next time, this is the Hood Trucker for the Hood Trucker News. Take care.